Medieval secret that stopped rot for 500 years. Medieval Europe wasn't exactly dry and cozy. Rain seeped through roofs, castle walls trapped moisture, and timber was constantly at risk. Once water penetrated a beam, mold didn't just spread. It devoured, weakened, and eventually destroyed crucial structural wood. A single rotten joist could mean the difference between a safe fortress and a collapsed hall. Modern builders fight similar battles, but medieval engineers had to do it with fire, fat, and tree sap. Medieval builders discovered that soaking timber in certain concoctions could create a shield against decay. The process was surprisingly straightforward, yet brilliantly effective. Freshly cut wood would be immersed in large vats filled with mixtures derived from natural ingredients, resins, tars, oils, and sometimes even urine or plant extracts. Yes, it sounds a bit grim by modern standards, but it worked. You might wonder why medieval timber dips worked so well compared to modern sealants. Part of it was the chemistry, part the method, and part pure trial and error genius. First, the wood had to be freshly cut. Dry timber simply absorbed less preservative. Second, it needed a thorough soak, sometimes weeks of submersion. And finally, the mixture had to be replenished or maintained periodically. You know, medieval builders didn't have microscopes or chemistry labs, but honestly, their observations rival modern science. They just knew which woods resisted rot naturally, which oils penetrated deeper, and which resins hardened without cracking. Their success was empirical, a careful record of success and failure passed down through generations. Think about it. Castles, cathedrals, bridges, and even early ships all relied on this simple technique. A cathedral's roof, with thousands of wooden beams, could survive centuries of storms because of a few vats of hot oil and resin. Military fortifications, especially during sieges, had to remain structurally sound despite being soaked by rain or river floods. The timber dip wasn't just practical, it was strategic. The wisdom here isn't just historical trivia, it's a blueprint for survival thinking. Protecting your materials, understanding the environment, and using locally available resources effectively are timeless lessons. Whether you're restoring old timber structures, prepping for survival scenarios, or just marveling at history, the medieval timber dip offers insight into resilience. Even today, some restoration experts use similar formulas to maintain historical buildings. Natural oils and resins are still prized for their deep penetration and long-term protection. Synthetic chemicals are convenient, but they rarely match the longevity and adaptability of the medieval approach. This isn't just history, it's practical survival engineering that still works. Medieval timber dips weren't just a clever hack. They were a necessity, a science, and a strategic advantage. They saved castles, protected communities, and ensured that wooden structures could endure centuries of damp, mold, and neglect. Understanding these methods isn't just for history lovers. It's a crash course in resilience, problem-solving, and applied science that we can still admire and learn from.